Welcome, and I'm glad that you have joined me here. Day 100. A power that is not lost in self-illusions can complete the Oversoul's mission for the spirit from the mind and body of self. When the self can awaken to its happiness as ever-changing, the elusive shadow can then be seen, and from hence before it had attached to go against it. Happiness cannot be caught because it must be felt. However, tricked into believing it this way as shifting with time and place is this illusion that has no meaning. And today's activation is lesson 88. I function unconditionally with all of existence as happy. Once the tuning is frequent to be happy, always, and through this inspiration can desire be received. To ask, and it shall be given. Only the self and nothing else can overstep in this command to hold out some promise of the power of giving out these wishes. There is no gain to impose the will by force onto another, because only through co-creative cooperation can the exchange be processed, and the same is also true with procreative conception. Unless it is against another's will to ask for within these parameters to work cooperatively, unimposing, and with any struggle to power over that of its discriminant to endure. Yet, the self has the capacity to ask and put it out there for the universe, to bring it about and not to choke it off, looking through the narrow straw perspective to fulfill it with. Any resistance felt can bring about all unresolved conflict from within to work upon these mild imperfections out with firstly. This is what it means to be uncertain. Therefore, it must be broken down and given that it goes unnoticed to feel complete in the fulfillment to the wishes granted. And this is in continuation from the Sovereign Light, A Course in Metaphysical Spirituality, in continuation from pages 315 and now on to 316. This activation in this affirmation that you can repeat after me, or opt to have your eyes open or closed. Shall we begin? Sounds good. And just breathe. I function unconditionally with all of existence as happy. I function unconditionally with all of existence as happy. I function unconditionally with all of existence as happy. And just breathe that in. I function unconditionally with all of existence as happy. And be not tempted by the differences, and in the same way as the self, rather to respect the teachings that these contrasts bring, and it will bring from its experience as the expansion to the self. Do not prefer the sweetness for the process of decay, to prefer it rotten and to claim its death, to focus on the self in this way. Nor to deny it from existence, because it does not wish to be changed in the way that the self might strongly to accept it otherwise. Feel the happiness for all creative expressions, and do not overstep such love by taking the joy from things for granted. Today, by repeating the following affirmations in a prayer-like manner, as a blessing, if you will, practice at looking at the bigger picture and from the world and to itself, to marvel in the details of its exchange. Do I want to see the truth of what it is I have denied? Ask your higher self, do I desire a world that rules me, or I it? And see what you get throughout the day. Do I desire a world where I can feel responsible over myself and not feel helpless? Do I desire to excel beyond what I have denied as enemies? The future is now. Time is only but a marker of the desires already achieved. To praise with, in celebration, and to anticipate the next around the unseen corner. The element of surprise is better than the long await for something that might never happen. Because to know the how of it can disappoint the mind's expectation of it. And so the purpose is to feel what the self was tempted to deny before. Within this happiness that lies the constant peace to experience forever. And I'm so glad that you have joined me here today. And I will leave you with these questions throughout the day, and set this intention before you start the day and see, perhaps journal it in, what the answers, how you feel, how they've made you feel, and did the higher self, in very subtle ways or very abrupt, abrasive ways, did you get your answers? Do I want to see the truth of what it is I have denied? Do I desire a world that rules me, or I it? Do I desire a world where I can feel responsible over myself and not feel helpless? Do I desire to excel beyond what I have denied as enemies? And today, just go through that and see what you get. And I will leave you with this. I function unconditionally with all of existence as happy. I function unconditionally with all of existence as happy. I function unconditionally with all of existence as happy.